Hi, good evening, everyone. And today we are here again. We want to discuss about politics in Kenya, and we are going to tackle on different issues which are going around. And my guest today is Beulah Doni of Beulah Foundation. Welcome, Beulah, to the studio. Say hello to our viewers.
Thank you so much. My name is Bila Mudhoni, the CEO, Bila Mudhoni Foundation. I'm also a member of Kenya na Youth. That is a group for the Kenya na Youth,
Yeah.
of the youths in Kenya. And welcome to our show today as we talk about politics in Kenya. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yes, Beulah, you are here today,
Yeah.
and we want to discuss about politics in Kenya. I know we have been going through, you have been following, and being a youth, you are the one, it is your time. So I know you have a lot to discuss today. So we are going to start with first, thank you very much for our viewers for joining us today on Sauti Mzalendo. Yes, we are happy to have you here. Please feel free, comment, share, and also like our live. We are going to send a links for other viewers who are not ready, but I know, please just join us as we continue. Okay, Beulah, now
Yeah.
we are going to start with the Ndindi Nyoro's case. I don't know if the president was responsible for the removal of him in the office.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Vivian. Yeah, so about Nyoro is a very nice topic that is trending from the day that he was removed from the position that he was the chairman of the budget. This means that he was the one who is responsible, and he was the one responsible for the funds allocated, especially for MPs, for the development. And to be very brief, he was removed from the budget, from the chairman of the budget, because he didn't support, or he didn't kneel down to support the bad governance. So he's trying to just keep quiet and not engaging himself in the bad governance in Kenya.
Okay.
And so the government itself, you asked if the president is responsible for his removal, and my answer is yes, because people are saying that Kimani Ichung'wah and Junet and other people were responsible for the removal. But I want to make this clear that they do not have any power, or they do not have any authority to remove Ndindi Nyoro from the chairman position. Okay. These are the orders that came from above. And they cannot just remove him when the president, who is their boss, is not aware of what is happening.
Of course.
So I can say yes, the president is responsible for his removal. And we want to condemn such acts because this is becoming very tribal, and the president is really targeting the Mount Kenya. We can see, number one, he removed the security for Uhuru Kenyatta. That is some years ago, last about one, just a few years ago. And then he was not done with Mount Kenya. He came to Rigathi Gachagua, and whereby the Kibwezi MP, Mutuse, tabled the motion about impeachment of the elected deputy president, that is Rigathi Gachagua. And that is also an order from the above that he should be impeached. And now we kept quiet about that, and now he's now targeting the Ndindi Nyoro because the Ndindi Nyoro just kept quiet because of we don't know whether he's supporting the government or not, but he just kept quiet, and that's why he was removed from the chairman, the position of the chairman. And so if we keep quiet as the voters or the citizens of Kenya, it's also going to affect us.
Okay.
How? This is going to affect us because we can see the lady who was in Nyeri. She was among the people leading in the Kenya Ports Authority, and she was fired from work simply because she's a close friend to Rigathi Gachagua. What does this mean? It's coming from the former president to the people's elected president, deputy president, that is Rigathi Gachagua, and now to Ndindi Nyoro, who is the people's voice or the people's choice, and that is Kiharo. They chose him as their MP. So if we keep quiet, he's now going to fire the youths because the lady was fired She's from Nyeri and a close friend to Rigiji, as I said before. She was fired.
She was not the only one fired. I think there were 3 of them, isn't it?
But you see, they are targeting Mount Kenya as per how things are. Even if they were fired so many people, but let's talk about the close friends to Gachagua. This means that the youths have no choice or they have no alternative. They have no choice apart from just doing what they are told. So if we keep quiet, we are going to mess around.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why even today there was a group of people from Murang'a County.
Yeah.
They had a press conference for addressing this issue about Kiharu son, that is Ndindi Nyoro, because we cannot keep quiet watching such things to happen. Because if we keep quiet, our leaders are getting oppressed as well. It's then going to come to us as the voters or as Wanjiko of Mount Kenya and other places or regions in the country. So we have to be very careful. We have to speak out about what the government is doing, oppressing even our leaders that we put into power.
Okay.
So if they have the authority to oppress our leaders, what about us as the voters? Itafika mahali, we don't have even a say. And when you go to say something or condemn something, then you're just killed. So it's the highest time that we speak out about the issue of how they are just firing people from the oppositions to another and replacing them with other people who don't come from Mount Kenya. So Mount Kenya, we are going to have very few people in the government, and that means that we are going to be isolated as well.
Okay, now another question. Another question is, Bibla, did Nyoro, did he do like a mistake for overperforming? Because I heard that is the problem why he was removed from the office. What was the really reason?
Well,
because people have been saying about him performing very well, especially in his constituency or his county.
Yeah.
So I don't know if overperforming is the mistake he did, or if there's anything that he did that did not impress our president.
So, number one, Ndindi Nyoro did not do a mistake for overperforming. In fact, he's not performing. He's very responsible.
Okay.
Why do I say this? It's because according to the latest news or the latest
statistics
trend, there is a magazine that is showing how the bursary or the funds were not the bursary, the funds were allocated, and from the MP of let me say Kakamega to Murang'a or any part of the region, they get almost the same, not equal, because some counties or some sub-counties have very few people and others have very many people. So you find that the money that Nyoro gets, he's very strategic and he's a very wise person. He tries to budget for that money, and that's why he's doing this great job into a point whereby the other members of parliament from all the corners of the country, they went to Kiharu and did a benchmark on the same. So I think he did not do a mistake. That means he's a very responsible man and a very responsible MP, because he's doing what exactly Wanjiko chose him to do.
And why is he being accused of like overperforming in his county and getting the same money? What do you think? What will come into your head? Is it true that he's using the money, or maybe because he was he can manipulate and get some money to top up on his?
I think Ndindi Nyoro, as I said before, he's a very strategic man. He's very strategic. The reason I say this is because the reason I say he's very strategic, it's because he's allocating the money, he's budgeting for his money.
Okay.
These are false accusations, because he's not the only man or the only person who is in the committee of chair of the budget. He's the chairman, but he's not the only person. So that is a false accusation, and they should apologize to Ndindi Nyoro for accusing him for making more allocation of funds to himself. Where were they when he's doing all this? Meaning that they left all the work to himself. And if that's the case, yes, he has the right to allocate more funds to himself. So it's upon the member of parliament that are accusing Ndindi Nyoro for allocating more money to him to apologize, or they should ask him, why are you locating? There was a way they could have prevented that to happen. So this is just a mere game that is happening. So that should not happen to them, to the member of parliament. They should be in the parliament discussing very important issues, not here, not discussing how did Nyoro allocated money because he was the chairman. Even if he allocated money to himself, that is very good because at least they can see it's going to the projects like building classrooms.
Okay.
Yeah. So that I think the member of parliament should not be here discussing about petty issues, because that's a very petty issues that is going to bring conflict in the parliament. Because, as I said before, the Nyoro is not the only person who is making policies about how the budget should be divided or should be allocated to various people or the various constituencies.
Okay.
So it was their duty to ask him or to prevent him from allocating the funds for himself more than the rest. Yeah. And even if he did so, we can proudly defend him because at least he's building classrooms in Keharo.
So you agree with him allocating, if he did, like, we don't know if he did, but you agree with him allocating enough money, more money from other counties?
I don't agree. I don't agree with this statement because, as I said before, where were they when he was allocating that money? Meaning they were not responsible and they left all the work to him. And the committee of budget does not involve the Nyoro. It of course involve other people, member of parliament.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a committee. It's made up of several people. So they are the one who failed for preventing such an incident to happen. Yeah.
Okay. Was the issue addressed inappropriate way in the parliament?
This issue was not addressed inappropriate. It was not very amicable. The reason I say this is because they could have called him and summoned him first with enough evidence that he has allocated more money. And instead, we can only find several people like the women rep, Kirinyaga, we call her Gasheri, who did a very good job and we congratulate her for trying to defend the Nyoro. And she said, as I have already said here, that the Nyoro was not the only person who is responsible for allocation of funds or knowing that this money should go to this place and this place. So they did not address that issue in a very amicable way, and that is showing disrespect to the Nyoro. Thus, they should apologize to him. Because I know these people, they have let me just say this, they don't have an independent thinking. They're just following the orders blindly.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is not very good, and they should have to think before they act, not just following order.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has Ndindi Nyoro been asked about this issue? And if he was asked, what did he say? Did he try to defend himself or explain to the government, to people of Kenya, about what happened?
Well, before this, as I said, the member of parliament from other constituencies were going to Keharo to do benchmarking in the previous year. And Ndindi Nyoro has been the MP for Keharo for now 7 years, from 2017 to 2022, and now he was re-elected again. After he was re-elected, that's why he started becoming a performer. He was performing, yes, but he started performing more. So I think that is the best time that they could have asked the Nyoro about how he gets this money. So yeah.
Okay.
But so far he has not addressed concerning the issue. But so many people are addressing the issue who are ready to defend him and to fight for him and ask for respect for Keharo-san, that is Ndindi Nyoro.
Okay, so from there, thank you for that. We want to go to the transport sector. We just saw what happened yesterday about someone being killed. He was following the presidential escort, and I think there was something that happened which is not clear. What do you think about that?
Number one, about transport in Kenya, it's very, very poor, and I can say this unapologetic. The reason I say this is because yesterday, before even we go to it's actually today, it happened today, whereby a man was knocked down by the convoy of President Ruto when he was going to Kibera. He was to Kibra today. But let's talk about yesterday as well, an incident that happened by Super Metro Circle. And this is whereby a man had no 30 shillings for topping up for what
for his transport.
What the conductors what the conductor was asking for. And we see it's very traumatizing, because the conductor had just the guts to take him and throw him when they from a moving car. That means that about transport, we don't have any policy that even protecting the Kenyans, not even the matatu users, the abiria. We don't have any policy. There should be a policy that is going to protect even the road users, even the ones who are getting into that matatu or basi. So this is a very critical issue and very vital that should be addressed very urgently. Today we have seen a man who was knocked down by the convoy that was led by some people who are the convoy of Ruto. Let me just say the president of Kenya, that is Ruto. And this man was knocked down. We are yet to know what happened exactly. And this is something that they should have avoided this accident. How? In fact, number one, Ruto should not be going with that big convoy. That is wastage of resources. As well as they are saying that Nyoro wasted resources and the position, he misused the position that he was. This as well, wasting resources, and just having so many cars to just escort Ruto, that is wasting money.
Okay.
And it's wasting Kenyan, the tax they do. That money should have been used somewhere else instead of having so many vehicles on the road to escort the president. And by that, you are going to avoid so many incidents that, like the one that happened today. Yeah, so in terms of transport in Kenya, if possible, they should actually bring the government transport and those people who are venturing into transport to go and try something else here, because if they cannot follow simple instruction, then what are they doing? The lives of many Kenyans are going to be taken. So the government can just have a structure of how it's going to manage its own transport, instead of having so many transports on the road or vehicles that people are not even able to manage. You cannot just bring your own vehicle and you're not following the instructions. That's why even the drivers who you have employed and the conductors are going to kill so many people, and the loss of so many people are going to be lost. Some will be left with deformities and fractures, and even others die. So if you cannot manage your own circle or company or your own vehicle that is going to involve the public transport, then what is it doing on the road? It should be scrapped off, and the license and everything should just be, you should be blocked. Because if you're not careful with what you want, then what are you doing? So the government should bring a way of doing this, and those people who have these transport sector should go and try something else, to invest on something else, if they cannot do what is supposed to be done on the road.
Okay.
Yeah.
To add on that, I can say if we can, if the government can try just to have like one transport, like Kenya, it is like Kenya transport or government transport, like for example, these developed countries like here, we have, if it is like our red buses, they're just red buses, and we know it is a river, or if it is stagecoach, and that's it. We should not have all these companies like today I can just wake up and get my matatu na niandikishe, and then it will start working. It goes on the road. This is where now all this is coming in. Like this person that was killed because of 30 bob.
Yeah.
This is very, I don't know what to say. It is so bad. 30 bob. You kill someone because of 30 shillings.
It's
so
really
I
bad.
think if the government can think about that and just have one way, one common, like this is how we are going to do it. So they can be, all these drivers, they can be employed by the government.
Yeah, exactly. And by so doing, you're going to have so many people
they should
employed.
avoid giving money on the bus.
Yeah, they should be paid.
They should just have like
contractors.
mega riders.
Yeah.
Remember, I don't know if those days you were still young. They, like before there was a time people used to have cards.
Yeah.
It's like a 1 month card. It is paid. it was called Mega Rider. You just enter because the money is already in the company.
Yeah.
You know, I think that will work.
Yeah, I think that is a very brilliant
They can
idea.
try that again and see how it goes.
Yeah.
So then they can just employ drivers, but the drivers will be from like a certain company on. If it is one company and it deals with the transportation.
Yeah, that's very nice.
Because it's not only yesterday. We have had all
So
these
many cases,
many cases about people mistreated, people being done this, you know. So it's good if they can try that. So yeah.
So yeah, it's a very brilliant idea, and if the government can hear out to such idea,
Yes, yeah.
In fact, in Kenya, we can avoid so many things like the traffic.
There's a lot of things we can avoid. We don't need to be going into these dramas.
Yeah.
Some dramas in Kenya, they are dramas that the government want them. There are things that you just cut off. No, we are not going to do this. It's the government that will be doing this. Not everyone can operate. You just come, because I have money, I have bought my matatu. Kwa nini isiende kwa njia ya Isili?
Yeah.
You can't just come. They should have a way,
a
proper way on how to do things.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
you are right.
Yeah.
And this is going to you are going to employ so many people.
Yeah.
Because the number is going to be almost the same.
Yes.
And we are going to have qualified drivers. And people who know what they want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and also you are going to employ so many people with in the mechanical sector because they need regular checkup.
They should use this like a way of employment.
Yeah.
Because people want to work. They should use this as a way of employing
but
people.
The thing with our country is that we have very corrupt leaders, and you are going to
they will still maybe bring their own ideas.
Yeah, not even their own ideas. They are going to have like 40% their cars. Like for example, I'm the president. I'm going to have 40% of the vehicles. They are mine, and that money comes to me directly.
No, it should not be like that. It should be like a company. You know, no paying money in the bus. You just go and buy your top-up card. You top it up for the whole week or for a month.
Yeah,
there will be no this incident of you fight people over 10 shillings. Yeah. So that's good. Do you have anything to add on today's? There's a lot which has. By the way, there's a lot that has happened this week.
Yeah, we have
Kenya is just this. I don't know. Our politics is just too much.
Yeah.
We have this about Ruto. This meme that is going around about chapati.
Yeah.
What is it?
Ruto was somewhere during.
Was in Kibra or somewhere?
He was. I can't remember the exact place where he was, and he promised. He's so far. He has more than 300 promises that he has promised his
300, sure.
The citizens of Kenya. And now the latest promise is that he's going to get a machine for chapati that is going to make more than or about a million chapati.
Okay.
And it's a good idea actually, and very brilliant.
Yeah.
But it is in the wrong time. Because he's prioritizing such things. Instead of Ruto prioritizing hospitals to have medicine, he's prioritizing that every student should be having should be eating chapati. These people have these people do not have conducive learning environment.
I think even if he's trying to make the job, easier for people.
So if you it's not a good idea. You're making a job easier for people. Where these people who cook chapati go, that is not even job empowerment. You're not empowering people. You're making life to be a bit easier. But now, with these people who are cooking chapati go, with the current economic crisis.
And also, is he going to buy machines for all schools in Kenya?
Number one, you have to know the price of a machine. So, for example, this machine costs several millions. Why take this money to buy such machines which are not even a priority to the Kenyan people? He should first identify the priority of the Kenyan people. Like these people do not have medicine.
Yeah.
These people do not have conducive learning.
Very serious, yeah.
These people do not have a conducive learning environment.
Yeah.
So hata wakienda class kama wameshiba, au watu wanachomeka na jua, au watu wananyeshewa. So Ruto should prioritize the very vital matters. And that was not a good idea. And that is very, very, let me just say, it's a very bad idea for us as Kenyans, because we expected Ruto to be performing very well, but so far so good. He has not fulfilled the promises that he keeps saying. Today we have seen him in Kibera, and he was saying, I don't know, the IDs. Let me touch on the matters concerning the IDs. And he said that the IDs are going to be free. So there should be a policy that if any chief, area chief is caught taking some money from the citizens, that 100 bob or 200 for your ID to,
because they will still ask for money.
That MP, that chief should be terminated to work, and a legal action should be taken, because Ruto has already declared that free application of ID is free. So why take or ask small amount of money to your people who pay you, because the area chief, the chiefs, they get paid through the tax that we pay. So if there is any chief that is going to be caught asking for money from Kenyans or from they are people from the where they come from, that should be a criminal case, and they should be ready to face the reality and face the legal action that is going to happen. Otherwise, thank you so much for cutting the budget. Applying the ID was 1,000 shillings, of which is not that's 300, and when you replace it 1,000. That was not an ideal idea, because so many Kenyans.
Because we are Kenyans, we need to get such a service for free.
For free, absolutely, because we pay taxes for such things. Like, you tell me I come and pay for birth certificate, death certificate, as if I brought myself to this world. And you see, we have been paying taxes. So these are the things that the government should be removing from the promise to that. Let me just say that. Yeah.
Okay. Another thing, this Kenya, I'm telling you, our country, we have a lot of issues about Ruto's contribution to church, which was last week. Was it the other Sunday? Or what is wrong if our president contributes 20 million in a church?
That is absolutely wrong, because you don't take money to church where it's not a priority. As I said there, he's doing so many things very well, but he's not prioritizing the very vital thing. How do you take 20 million to a church? When I get sick, will I go to that church and get healed? I cannot go to that church. This money should have been directed to other.
This money that the president gave to the church, it is from his pocket.
It
is not allocated for health.
Thank you so much.
It is from his pocket.
It's not from his pocket, because we are the one who pays him. So where is he getting all this money from? If he's not stealing from Kenyans, where is he getting? And if it's from his pocket, why don't he donate such money to the hospitals instead of the churches? You say, this is my money from my pocket, I've donated this, and the government is going to add such amount of money. He should at least prioritize the very vital things, like the healthcare services, the schools. He should ensure at the moment all school has electricity, all schools in the country has water. This 20 million should not have been taken to the church.
And the church, they say they can't return that money, and they are not. They are okay with it, and they are not even scared.
I don't want to target any church. I don't want to mention any church, but where's the Christians? We must have some sense of let me say some senses, because how do you accept such amount of money? Yet tomorrow when you get sick, you are going to a hospital that does not even have paracetamol, a hospital that does not even have Panadol, Piriton. So you should have said, instead of giving us this money, take this money to the church, to the hospital instead of the church. Okay. Because when I get sick as a Christian of this church, I'm not going to tell my pastor, come and pray for me because I want to get healed. I will rush to the hospital, whereby I will not even get the medicine. So Ruto should have a priority, a list of priority things that he needs to do.
Okay. Yeah. That is it. And now we are going to the handshake.
About the handshake of Raila.
Do you think this handshake, they said it is not about, they came together to make, like, they put Kenyan citizens, like, their life or their, like, first, because they want them. They want they want the country to be stable, and if they come together, I think it is going to help them. So, do you think is a genuine what message, or is it something genuine for them to come together? Because some people are not happy with that, especially people from Odinga's side. They are saying that he betrayed them. So how do you see it?
That's
How
a
can you
betrayal
say
in the
is it?
city.
Do you think so?
It's a very
Yeah.
example of betrayal in the city.
Mm.
The reason I say this is because the moment that Raila lost the AUC position, he didn't have any alternative. And the reason why Ruto wanted Raila to win the AUC position is to sideline him from the local politics. What do I mean from the local politics? The Kenyan politics. And he wanted Raila to be among the international, to be among the people who are in the international politics. So this is the sign of betrayal, because why did he accept him after he lost the AUC chairman AUC position? This shows that they have been communicating all along, and Raila is just analivia tumbo yake. So he doesn't care about his followers, because his followers,
Do you think so?
Yeah, the followers think they were betrayed, and I could think the same as well, because why could he go and have a handshake with Ruto? What is he bringing on the table?
What is wrong? What is wrong of Raila having handshake with Ruto? And they said very well that they want to make sure that the country is running well. That's why.
Where was he when kulikuwa kuna chomeka, when the country was burning, when the Gen Z were being killed? Where was he? They didn't want to address the issues. We saw the other day when the Kimani Chungwa, when he was getting interviewed by Medi at Al Jazeera. Yeah. We saw him saying that lives had to be taken. So what happened after this? So it's not a matter of bringing people together, because they could have done this before. They could have cleared the mess before it happened. If it's like the killing of Gen Z, they could have prevented this. So there's nothing like bringing the people together, because even if they bring the people together and then they are withdrawing Mount Kenya from the government positions, like the chairman of budget, that is not bringing people together. It's dividing our country, and it's going to be very messy, as I said before, in the year 2027, because now we are going to see Mount Kenya, you have been sidelined from the positions, the government, and nobody so far is in the position. And who are those who are there? Just, we call them togege, and this means that they just do what they are taught to do. They lack independent thinking. They just follow things blindly. You are told, come and impeach me. You don't ask yourself, or you don't ask the one who has made an order. Why do I impeach that person? What has he done, or what has she done? So I think it's not about the matter of handshake. It's a matter of dividing the country, and they are going to do it incredibly well, and it's going to be a mess for us.
Okay, and also there's this, because now he has come to, he's together now. They're together with Ruto. We expect him, where Ruto will be going, he'll be with them. With where Ruto will be going, he will be escorting Ruto. Do you think it's going to affect our deputy president and our CS Musalia Mudavadi?
It's going to affect the nominated. It's good to clear the air.
Yeah.
It's the nominated deputy president.
Yes.
Because the people's elected president was Rigathi Gachagua.
Yes.
So we can see him. He actually looked a little bit coward. I don't know why. Ni kama he's a baridi kidogo.
Because
he doesn't have power.
Yeah, because now he like, I think he will want to be people. He will want people to see like he's the number 2, isn't it? Yeah. So what about our deputy president Kindiki, and the way our deputy Kindiki is very someone who is mpole, si mtu anataka kimbelembele. So what do you think?
Kindiki lazima angoja atulie apangwe, kwa sababu as a wise person, you could have rejected the offer of becoming the president, because what do you think? Do you think you're the best person who could have replaced Gachagua? So he just need to wait apangwe. That's all I can say for now. Kwa sababu if he had sober brains or sober mind, or a person who is really wants what he knows what he wants, he could have rejected the offer, and by rejecting the offer we could have a good government, because the president could have seen he's not the only one who is makes final decision for Kenyans and for his leaders. So me, I can just say Kindiki Atulia Pango for the time being. Whatever comes because he came in for this battle that was here for Gachagua and.
But it has been said before that initially Kindiki was the one to be a Ruto's running mate, but because they knew maybe he is not going to bring the numbers, that is why they brought Gachagua in. So, do you think it was something that they planned? Because some people said Gachagua was paid money to come in. Then after that, their deal was a deal. So yeah. I don't know if you have heard that.
Whether it was a deal or not, he could have rejected the offer, because this is not Nusumukate. And that's why so many people are, they want to come to, let me say, he could have rejected the offer, as I said before, because this is a matter of leading Kenyans who put you into power.
Okay.
And it might be something that had been drawn from the beginning. But why didn't he take Kindiki? Like, why did Kindiki accept the
offer
at the first time, and he comes to divide people? So
okay,
yeah.
So we are going to finish with this one. Gachagua.
Yeah.
Gachagua has been so vocal and he's talking a lot. Is it out of jealousy? Is it out of is it pain? Is he having that pain in him because of being impeached? What is going about? Because now some things he's saying, things that you just see is like they are not true. I don't want to say he's a liar, but like last week he was talking about Bomas of Kenya being sold, and whereby the CS, is it CSO, the person that is doing the tourism and something and culture, she said that the Bomas of Kenya is not sold. It is there. There is nothing that has been sold. So she came out to tell citizens that what Gachagua is trying to say is not a lie. So and of late he has been accusing president. He has been talking a lot. Every day was news about him. What do you think about it? Is it because of the?
I think it's not accusing the president. He might be having some idea of what he's saying, and it's a wake up call.
Yeah,
it's a red flag that he's giving, or the red flag is so shiny that we as Kenyans we can able to read it from Gachagua for the deputy for the president. So I think it's not accusation. I think it's true. And of course, they have some propagandas, but some of these things we should not take them as accusations. Yeah,
there's a lot going on. I don't know. There's these people who tried to go to the State House. Did you hear that? There are these people who are trying to trespass to go to State House. They were caught. I think there were 12 people. Yeah. This happened, I think, 3 days ago. So I don't know what is going on, but it is only God.
God is going to hear.
Yeah, the thing is, let's just wait. Let's just pray for our country, and also let's just wait for 2027 and see what will happen, because there's a lot of things that has been popping up. So that's it. Do you have anything to? We don't have any message, unfortunately. We don't have any comments. Nothing there we can read. There's nothing.
Yeah, so thank you so much for watching our live.
Yeah, thank you so much for watching our live. And today we are a bit late. We were a bit late, so we apologize for that. And we know next time we are going to be on time.
Thank you so much for watching Sauti Mzalendo.
And